Most of the times you don't end up speaking well in the interview is because your thought process is not clear. Why majority of the time you make a mistake in group discussion, or you end up speaking about Japan while the discussion is on England, is because you're not clear on the thought process. Right or wrong?
Right, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Right.
So power of expression will comprise of two things: clarity of the subject and ease. हम अभी clarity पे हैं. How will the clarity come? How to build clarity? Anyone?
So sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to let you know that your screen is not visible.
Oh, still not visible?
No, when you
Okay, never mind.
started the call.
Never mind. How to build clarity? Anyone?
So knowledge about the subject.
Yes. The most important factor to build clarity will be
Knowing the subject, sir.
Thorough knowledge.
knowledge. I am telling you, majority of the time, आपका जो बुरा impression पड़ता है GTO की नजरों में, IO की नजरों में, because psychologist doesn't see you. That तो you're very well aware. But why these two people got pissed off with you? और भी बातें करूंगा मैं इसके बारे में, body language and other things, उसमें हम डिटेल में क्लास करेंगे. But most of the time, GTO is he's totally unconcerned. You're meeting him for the first time. So group discussion is given, topic is given. Now your knowledge. Suppose topic is given about India as an emerging economy. How you express, the kind of words that you use, the kind of expressions that you bring about, facts, figures. How to build knowledge? How to build knowledge?
Read.
Read. And one more thing, analyze.
Analyze. Yes, sir.
Just don't read, my dear friends. मत पढ़ो. खाली प्लेन पढ़ाई मत करो मेरे दोस्तों. पढ़ने के बाद उसको एनालाइज करो माइंड में. अगर तुम्हें लेक्चरेट की तैयारी करनी है ना, कुछ नहीं करना है. रीड द टॉपिक, एनालाइज इट, build your own opinion about it, stand in front of mirror and speak whatever opinion you have just made. Analytical reading is the best way to build your knowledge. And in case you are not interested in geopolitics, please develop this interest. Someone in the class told me कि he studied geopolitics. I think Kanish told me. This is a very interesting subject,
Yes,
and
sir.
most of your group discussions will be centered around this. Most of your lecture topics, and your, while the interview is going on, the interviewer will be usually discussing geopolitics with you most of the time, because that's how the world has changed into. अब India is not that kind of a country कि यहाँ पे आप वो discussions करोगे कि what is happening within the country. Those days are gone. India is more or less a geopolitical entity now. It has its influence across the nation. So generally the discussion will be around geopolitics. So whatever is happening around you geopolitically, to give you some examples, what is happening in Russia-Ukraine war? For example, what is India's perspective? What is Russia's perspective? Ukrainian perspective? NATO? How is it involved? What is the role of China? What is the India stand on this? Like in G20, you notice that India did not allow any statement to be issued. Did you guys notice this?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Whereas America and Britain both were in the favor of issuing a statement against Russia or on the war, anything. But India knew though G20 is important, but at the same time, our relation with Russia is also very important. So we cannot antagonize him from a world forum. This is how geopolitics works and how smoothly it was done. समझ रहे हो?
Sir, if I may interrupt.
Yeah.
Sir, apart from newspapers and news channels, are there any books you would recommend for geopolitics?
We see geopolitics is something which is an evolving subject, right, Ganesh?
Right, sir.
So I don't think it can be captured in a book. But what I may recommend you, ki suppose you are finished with suppose Indian writing, you may go to a broad writing. There are certain subscriptions available for foreign newspapers also, or foreign articles to are anyway available. In case you can subscribe to some channels which are providing foreign articles on that subject. But best way is I'm telling you, do not miss a word. Do not miss a word. It's very important. When I'm saying do not miss a word means what? Upward, just suppose you're reading about Russia-Ukraine war itself. Sorry, Russia-Ukraine war. In between, suppose you came to know that there is the name of a port. Can anyone tell me which port is used for delivering the oil which India is buying? Name of the port, anyone? Name of the port. I generally don't end up pronouncing it well. Vladivostok or something. Check it online. Anyone? Check karo. There is a port. Suppose this is Russia. I think Russian diagram will go something like this. It's a huge country. Somewhere here it is on the eastern side. Anyone? Could anyone check that? Anyone?
Sir, Novorossiysk.
No, no, no. Okay, anyways, check kar
So
lena
it
iske baad.
starts with it starts with
V.
Sir, it's Vladivostok port.
Yeah, can you tell me
Vladivostok.
the spelling also?
So Vladivostok.
Now, Vladivostok is where? It's on the eastern
Russia.
side. So the Russian oil which is coming to India, many people think it is coming through land or it is coming through whatever. Uh, it is actually coming through South China Sea. So it comes out in South China Sea, Malacca Strait होते हुए ऐसे आ रहा है. So suppose you read about this port, or suppose you read about the fact that India is, uh, you know, buying oil from there, then you should generally generate an interest कि कहाँ से आ रहा है, कौन से route से आ रहा है, and what are the repercussions of it. Then you should go into the depth of it कि how it is beneficial economically, more than economically, what are the other advantages, like diplomatically, how it is helping India. Is it a good move, bad move? And that is how you develop the analytical interest into the subject. Getting a point? How many of you knew कि this oil is
Yes.
coming through South China Sea? किस किस को पता था बताओ? Anyone did
सर
you
थोड़ा
did
सा
you
सुना था।
हाँ
Yes, sir. पता था sir थोड़ा बहुत.
थोड़ा बहुत पता था ना तो उसको
Yes,
और
sir.
डीप में जाओ and then you'll realize कि okay this is the route being taken. Okay, then where is the oil coming, which port it is entering, and that's basically a crude oil, so it will generally go to where? Ideally 90% of your oil
रिफाइनरी।
goes to Jamnagar. वहां पे हमारी रिफाइनरी है.
Yes, sir.
अब ये कहाँ जा रहा है? क्या ये भी नीचे से होता हुआ श्रीलंका से होता हुआ जामनगर जा रहा है या कहीं और जा रहा है? कैसे कर रहे हैं इसको ट्रांसपोर्ट? और इकोनॉमी, दो इट इज अ चीपर प्राइस, इज इट इकोनॉमिकल? तो ये सब एनालिसिस आप लोग करेंगे तो आप अपने आप समझेंगे कि कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है टू डेवलप द क्लैरिटी ऑफ थॉट पर्सन. गॉट द पॉइंट?
यस
Yes,
सर।
sir.
Yes, sir.
सेकेंड पार्ट इन पावर ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन इज कमांड ऑन language. That is to what DIPR says is ease. What is this ease about? Yeah, guys?
सिंपल वर्ड्स।
Ease is basically language पे आपका command. I told you the other day what all things you can do. But I am again revising it. One is you download that app. How many of you downloaded this app? Whoever need it, free to talk. ठीक है? Second thing is speak in front of mirror. ठीक है? Third thing is I told you
यस
watch English movies and particularly the movies of interest. Try to see how they are, speaking that particular word which is written in front of you. तो उसका वो सिनोनिम, उसका वो फोनेटिक्स कैसे आ रहा है, कैसे उसको यूज कर रहे हैं. समझ में आ रहा है दोस्तों?
यस सर।
चौथी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज मैंने
यस
क्या बताई थी? एक रोल मॉडल बनाओ. Usually our news anchor Palki Sharma, I like her diction, or anyone else whom you like, Vikram Chandra, anyone. Every speaker is speaking very well. उसको कॉपी करो. और पांचवी और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट बात दोस्तों, most important thing is you have to believe. Most of the time you give up on certain things is basically a belief system weakens. So you have to believe, yes, I can speak freely.